Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are at HMP Ashfield, and you're with Expose and Educate. So we're just going to have a little look at this place and see what the reception's like. Those that follow these type of videos know that as soon as you get near Her Majesty's prisons, you do normally get some strange reactions. Just past a sign that says private property, but of course we know that what that means is it's publicly accessible. Let's move out the way of this car. What does that say? Smuggling contraband into prison, not a matter we take lightly. We always prosecute. So I think this is one of those places that is run by Serco. All the normal signage. Not sure what time visits start here, so we'll hopefully here prior to that. So we'll just have a little look, see what we can see. So you've got some car parking spaces tucked around the side here. Five female officers just about to go on what I assume would be lunch. So we'll come over here, get a good shot at the front of the prison. So we got the big grey door, obviously, for taking the vehicles in. We got the building with HMP Ashfield, crest at the top, name of the prison, obviously the doors. You have two flags flying, the Union flag and a Serco flag. So we'll just go a little bit closer. It says all vehicles must report to the gatehouse. So we've got some nice pots with the bits and bobs in. The usual signage, main reception. It's a little thing just inside the door saying thank you to Hidden Heroes. So we'll just, it's a bit dark in there, you can't really see that, guys. Basically it's a Union flag with a rainbow across it. Another entranceway here. Some sort of buzzer going off, but we'll just change the exposure for a second, guys. We'll just go a little bit, we don't want to go in. So yeah, quite a friendly looking place, lots of little boxes in there which I'm assuming you leave your stuff with. So what we'll do, there seems to be a little panic going on inside, so we'll just have a little look around the property. It's one of those prisons that hasn't got the anti-wall climbing bits on the top. They are just shutting the doors behind us, guys. So they're on the ball, they know how to create privacy. So we'll just have a little walk around. Little scan of the number plates. It's always good to see if people working in the prison system have legal number plates. Lots and lots of parking. Not sure how far we can go down this way, guys, but we'll go to the end. I'll drop it there and pick it up when we get to the end of this bit. So we've got some old bits and pieces thrown out here. Some old sort of lockers and some bits and pieces. Some more containers. We'll just have a little look around the back here, guys. Just so we can see how far it stretches. I'm not going to do the whole perimeter today. It's very boggy underfoot. Yeah, so it doesn't seem to really go anywhere. So what I'll do, guys, I will drop it there and pick it up when I get back round the front. So as we get back to the front, chaps and chapesses, we can see that this place is actually on the edge of a big industrial estate. It's where I would say classed as the outskirts of Bristol. All the number plates so far seem to be absolutely fine. As you can see, they've closed the doors that were open there. So there's a guy inside. I've just seen him waving to somebody. So we'll have another little look just around this bit. So just a little look inside to the reception area. We won't spend too long in here. Oh, just get out these ladies' way. Thank you. You're welcome. So, sliding doors, sort of entrance and exit.
Excuse me, sir, can I ask you not to film inside the prison, please?
Security notice on the wall there.
You're not to bring mobile phones into the prison.
Please move away from the door now.
You want to get some better attitude, mate, don't you?
No. You
Whatever happened to, excuse me, sir, could I ask you to move?
Can you move? That
a bit late now. You've ballsed it up with your attitude, haven't you?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. See, Serco, typical.
Move. Please.
No.
It's private property, this is.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Is there any barriers I've jumped over?
There's a bar down there. Says,
is there any barriers
property.
I've jumped over?
The bar down there. Says,
so you're not happy to answer the question?
I don't have to answer questions, mate.
And I don't have to do what you tell me to do.
Oh, get security out there.
Yeah, George already knows. We informed
Alright.
George.
You do what you got to do, buddy. Just remember this, I'm a free person, I'm not one of your people in there. So have a little bit of respect,
like the people in there,
and then you'll get some respect back.
Yeah, I'm asking you to just step
As for
away.
the people in there, if they've committed a
If
crime...
you read that, it says no mobile phones in there.
That's in there, buddy.
Yeah, you was in there.
No, I wasn't. I was here.
And that camera will pick
I
you
was
up.
here. I did not cross the threshold.
What?
Don't
You had
make
your
it
camera
up.
like
You're
that?
making yourself
You had
look a
your camera?
prat. Typical tyrant, yeah?
I'll tell you, mate.
I hope
just
you're
doing my
better
job.
when you're walking
Doing
the
my job.
landings in there or whatever else the accommodation is,
This is
because
all
you've got a
got-
proper
This is all
attitude, haven't
you
you?
got to do with your day. I ain't filming it. That's great.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
Didn't say nothing wrong with it, but I
Well
got a
then
job
why
to do.
comment on it?
I got a job to do.
Yes, have I? And it's holding tyrants like you to account.
Tell you.
And the way you turned up shows exactly the type of person you
You were
are.
in my way. I was trying to get in.
So what happened to
You stood
excuse me? Were you not brought up with
I
manners?
heard.
Were you not brought
I
up with
heard-
manners?
I
No, you don't
heard-
want to answer the question,
I
do you?
heard the
Because you're
conversa-
rude.
I heard the
You're
conversation.
rude.
I heard the
You're a
conversation.
Jack the lad,
I heard the
bigger than he
conversation.
thinks he is, walks the landing, probably bullies the inmates.
I don't work with landings.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
work with landings.
You don't walk the landings, oh,
don't
so
walk
you're
the
one of the contractors that digs the gardens, are you? Yeah? Important
Well,
job.
it's more than,
Big
holding a
man,
phone, innit?
big man. Well, don't pick on me and don't try and bully
I don't
me,
pick on you, I don't
okay?
bully you,
Because
mate.
you will not upset me with your
Moved off, haven't
attitude.
you?
I'm coming back on there in a
He
second.
was recording in there. Inside, yeah. I know.
I think this was the gentleman that was behind the
Yeah.
glass, so he knows what I was
Could you
doing.
please not film
Did I
inside-
cross the
inside?
threshold, sir?
Your camera did, yeah. Your camera.
Oh, so we're talking 6 inches of airspace, are we?
Yeah, roughly.
So we're going to be that pedantic,
I'm
are we?
just asking you, please don't.
Yeah, well
record
listen,
inside the
pull
prison,
this
right?
fella to account because he's turned up with a real attitude. And look, he's trying to intimidate me again
I'm
now.
trying to intimidate. I'm going. I'm on my dinner
Go on
break.
then.
I'm waiting for my boss to tell me. You right?
If you want to de-escalate this, sir, tell this muppet to disappear.
Don't get insulted, mate, because you know.
Well, he's been rude to me,
I haven't been rude. I asked
and
you to
I
move out of
treat
there.
people
He's
the
I
way
asked
I'm
you to move out of there.
treated. Yeah? You've come up with a piss poor attitude.
Oh, swearing now. I haven't
Big
swore.
boy.
Have I swore?
Excuse me, sir. Can I please
swear?
ask what you're actually recording?
You
for?
certainly
Is that
can,
right?
sir, and I'm more than happy to talk to you. Thank you for being a little bit more professional. So what I'm here for today is I go all around the country filming different things, matters of public interest.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I haven't crossed any barriers,
Right.
and I'm aware you're going to tell me that technically this is private property, it's Crown property, it's publicly accessible as per the definition of people coming to visit people within the prison.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they come in here and not stay over there.
We got a visit centre for them, and then
Is
of course,
that
yeah,
like
they
the
come into
reception
prison.
area where they come and book
Yeah, they
in, and
come
then
in, book in,
and then they
obviously
get
we're-
brought over here?
Yeah. We're
So that's what I figured. Obviously I found out today that Serco are operating this one, so
Yeah.
technically it's classed as a private jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Could you tell me a bit about the numbers you're holding?
That information's all available online.
Yeah, I know it is. I
Unfortunately,
just-
due to the position I'm in.
I just
I'm
wondered
not-
if you would share that, because it's not a top secret, is it?
No, it's not top secret. It's all available online.
Yeah.
You're welcome to Google the prison.
Which I have done, but
yeah,
I
okay.
like to have an interaction and try and get a little bit of information that's not top secret.
Yeah, I know.
Are you recording at the moment?
I'm not at the moment
No, that's
because
fine.
you're not any sort of threat to me at the minute.
No, thank you for that. I'm
what I
glad
am
you
gonna-
appreciate that.
What I am going to ask though, if you would kindly please just move away from the staff entrance so that staff can come in and out freely and not feel necessarily intimidated.
I
by the
wouldn't
camera.
actually have stayed here quite so long if the other chap hadn't been such a rude individual.
Right.
I don't know if you picked up on what he said.
No, I didn't hear. All I could see was a camera coming inside the establishment. And
Yeah, of
obviously
course. Well, I personally
establishment-
wasn't going to step over the
safety of the
threshold, so
Right, alright.
there was no risk of that. Obviously, yeah, maybe the camera was 6 inches inside.
Yeah.
I don't think we could fall out over 6 inches.
Can I ask how long you plan on staying around today?
I'm not going to be here that much longer because you've come out. You've been very professional. Your name's George.
Yeah.
I'm a bit disappointed that you're employing people like that.
I personally haven't seen what happened with Neil, but I know Neil and he's a professional, long-serving member of staff. So
Well,
I'm sure that
obviously I was stood there. I was always brought up that if you want to get by somebody, you normally say, excuse me.
Right.
You don't say move now.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that straight away gets my back up. Now my viewers will know that I'm not normally like that. I'm a very pleasant, peaceable type of person that just wants to do a little bit of filming around the area, find out a bit about the place, and then I move on.
Right. Okay.
When I get tyrants like that, then I stand my ground a bit more.
Can we move into the sun? Sorry,
And
I'm a bit
yeah, of
cold.
course you
in
can,
the,
yeah.
In the shade here.
It's still a bit
It's
fresh.
a bit parky, isn't it? That's a bit better.
And the trouble is, for people like you that have come out and been professional, I'm just going to change my exposure because there's some place out. I then have to stand my ground a little bit more,
Right, okay.
and I would end up being here a little bit longer than I want to be,
Right.
because if people like him think they can chase people off by being rude, you know, you're going to get more people down here with cameras, because people watch this. We watch each other that do this sort of thing. We're never here to cause trouble. You know, was it you talking to me over the tannoy?
I popped out on the phone and just asked you to take the camera outside.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't reply at that moment is because I was doing my a bit of my intro and everything.
Yeah.
When I'd finished, if he hadn't have butted in, I would have then said, I'm not hanging about on, you know, I was just showing, because obviously people that want to come here and visit this place.
Well, you can have a look on our website. We've got a website. You know, all the information's on there. So if people do want to visit, obviously, you know, we try and be as friendly as possible.
Well, you certainly have.
Welcome to
and I appreciate
visitors.
that.
And you know, we run a professional.
Would you like to give me that gentleman's surname so that I can make an official complaint?
Not at present, because I'm conscious that we're on camera, and you know, he's got a right to privacy. So.
Well, that's a grey area, because while he's at work and he's acting as a prison officer, he's got a certain amount of.
Different to giving it to all your viewers. Can you appreciate that?
Yeah, I can. He's got a certain amount of professionalism to uphold, and I'm afraid he's failed on every level, and that does warrant a complaint. Would you like to jot his surname down for me? Because I will make a complaint one way or the other.
Right. I'll speak to you off camera.
I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll just stop the camera. You can. I will just say, because you've mentioned CCTV, the problem we found over the years is that sometimes CCTV has a habit of either breaking or the film gets lost.
Right, okay.
And there's nothing anybody can do then.
No.
And that's unfortunate. And that's why we continue to film in interactions, because, you know, people have been assaulted doing this just for doing illegal activity. You know, if there's loopholes in the law, such as private land and publicly accessible, then that's something that we can take advantage of.
Right.
As you try and take advantage of certain rules and regulations about prisons.
That's a bit of an assumption, isn't it?
No, it's not an assumption.
No, I don't take advantage of rules.
No, when I say that, I don't mean you as an individual, because you seem a very professional chap. And I've got to say, for 2 pips, you seem rather young.
Okay.
So you must be good at your job as well.
Thank you.
But obviously that could have turned very nasty very quickly. You could see he was trying to intimidate me.
The thing is, when you've got a camera in someone's face, it's an abnormal. It's not a usual thing, is it? It's not something that we're socially used to.
Well, do you know what? You say that. Do you holiday at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you often go to the coast in this country, or do you travel abroad?
Yeah, I go to the coast.
So everywhere you go, you're fully aware there's people taking photographs of kids and boats and trains and planes.
True.
And nobody.
It's not on a stick with a.
Well, some are nowadays.
Yeah,
you know, selfie sticks have been around for a long time. I mean, you see Japanese tourists in London and they're all over the place. Nobody asks permission of anybody that's within it. You go to Disneyland, you might have 500,000 people in the background. You don't ask them for permission. I never stick it in people's faces. You know, I try and keep a reasonable distance, because if I did that, I actually think that's very rude. And I've only done that, so I'll apologise, as an example. But when somebody like him is less than a metre away, and if you're honest, you saw his body language.
Coming through the sliders, I couldn't really see. He was just quite relaxed.
Even when you come to the door, he was aggressive.
Right.
He was very rude, belligerent.
Right.
You know, many words fit the way he was.
That's your opinion. That's not my experience of him. You know?
Well, in fairness, sir, you would say that because he's a member of your staff. And you're also basing it on the fact that he's been a prison officer for some time with a good record.
Yeah.
So, again, it's your opinion. It's a bit like bullying, it's a bit like racism. It's the way it's perceived by the person that's being attacked. And I perceive that as very threatening.
Yeah. You're entitled to your opinion.
You know, in fact, I very nearly said to him, if you don't step back, I will defend myself.
Okay.
You know, because I'm like you. I'm, what are you, 6 foot?
Yeah, big lad.
I'm 6 foot. You know, I can handle myself still. All I expect from people is a professional attitude, because my concern if you're in there and you walk the landings, for instance, I've got no doubt you're very pleasant with the inmates. I'm not so sure about him now. What he would do when nobody's watching would worry me.
Right, okay.
You know, and we know it goes on in prisons around the country. Maybe not this one. This may be a very good prison.
I'm not going to comment on that. I think
of
that
course.
we run a prison, you know, very professionally. And that's all I'm willing to say.
Of course,
of course. All the information that you want for your viewers can be probably Googled.
Yeah. No,
like
that will be inserted into the video
with visiting hours. You know, should anyone wish to visit a prisoner here.
Well, this is partly why I've come now, because I'm aware. I don't know what time your visits start, but I thought if I'm here before 1 o'clock, which is normally I don't want to catch members of the public.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
Okay.
I've been down the side. I haven't walked all the way around because there's no point.
Not really anything around there.
Well, no, but I know your concern also is that things get thrown over walls and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So, anyway, you've been very professional.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Do you want to write that surname down, or shall I turn off again and you can give it to me verbally?
If you turn off, I'll give it to you verbally.
I won't do that. I'll give you my word on that. So, good afternoon, sir.
All right, John?
Yeah.
Do you want to come and join us? No?
No. Can I ask you just to film anywhere, just at the entrance?
Yeah.
Can I just ask you why that directive's being given to me? Because I've just spent some time with this fella and I'm just about to leave.
Yeah.
But
I'm just asking.
yeah, just asking why you're asking.
Sorry?
I'm just asking why you're asking.
Because I just would prefer if you didn't film on the premises. So. You can film anywhere you want from down here to wherever you want.
So I'd prefer if you didn't approach me when I'm talking to a member of your staff and I'm just about to leave.
You did just say.
No, but you didn't say excuse me. Normally, if you enter a conversation, you say excuse me, sorry to butt in or something. You see what I'm saying to you though about how people should have manners. George is great.
He's been here listen.
Don't deny the fact because I've pulled you up on a little bit of manners. It's not a big thing. I'm just saying, normally if I interrupt a conversation, I normally say, excuse me, sorry to interrupt.
Okay, so, excuse me, I'm not going to carry on this conversation.
That's fine.
I'm just asking you, if you wouldn't mind. Just if you could just film.
And I'm going to say to you, at the moment, I do mind, but I appreciate your offer, so carry on with what you're doing. I'm going to finish up with George. Thank you very much indeed.
Nice one.
I am going to end it there.
Brilliant. Thank you.
I take it there's an address for complaints on the website?
Yeah.
So that's the one I use.
Yeah.
All right. Can I give you one of those?
I'm not sure contact-wise.
One of those?
Elbow.
There you go.
There we go.
Because I like to leave on a good footing. Even though it didn't start very well with your colleague, you've come out, you've been absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave you now.
Go and enjoy the sun whilst we've got it short-lived.
In the sun, it's very nice.
Yeah.
This is why I've still got this
chilly
on.
There, chilly there. So
I'm actually going off to do some other properties now.
Right, okay.
I just wanted to get this one done before the visitors come because, like I said, it's bad enough when families in prison without going through any stress or anything when you're coming to see them.
Yeah.
So,
brilliant.
Thank you very much, George. Much appreciated. Right. You take care.
See ya.
So there we are, guys. We'll wind it up here. You can't, like most, you can't really see much. Sorry, George. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys, and we'll head on to our next location, and we'll leave these people in peace. We're just making our way back to the sign, guys. So, HMP Ashfield. I think it's classed as Puckle Church, this area. So from Expose and Educate, quick reminder, click like, click share. And if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button, guys. It keeps us on the road. You take care, stay safe. Expose and Educate, out.